Have you ever stopped and asked yourself, what am I really living for? We get busy, studying, working, chasing success, trying to impress people. But deep inside, we wonder if it even matters. We earn money, build careers, buy things, but still feel empty. What if one day you look back and realize you wasted your life on things that didn't last? Friend, life is short. Every breath is a gift from God. And the truth is, success without God is still wasted life. But when you live for His purpose, even the smallest act has eternal meaning. Don't waste your life chasing what fades. Live for what matters forever. Chapter 1. The Danger of Living Without Purpose. One of the greatest dangers in life is not failure, but success in things that don't matter. King Solomon, who had everything, wisdom, riches, power, fame, wrote in Ecclesiastes, "I have seen all the things that are done under the sun. All of them are meaningless, a chasing after the wind." Ecclesiastes 1:14. He built great projects, gathered wealth, and sought pleasure. Yet in the end, he said it was all empty without God. That is the danger we face too. You can fill your schedule, achieve your dreams, and gain approval. But if God is not at the center, it will never satisfy. Jesus warned of this in Mark 8:36. What good is it for someone to gain the whole world, yet forfeit their soul? Living without purpose is not about being lazy. It's about living for the wrong things. A wasted life is not always obvious. Sometimes it looks successful on the outside, but inside it is hollow. Friend, don't fall into that trap. Your life is too precious, too short, too valuable to waste. Without God, everything is meaningless. But with Him, everything, your work, your relationships, even your struggles, can have eternal purpose. Chapter 2. God created you for more. You are not here by accident. You are not just another name in the crowd, not just a number in history. Before you were even born, God knew you. Jeremiah 1:5 says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." That means your life has a purpose designed by God Himself. So many people believe the lie that their life has no meaning, that they are just surviving, just existing until the end. But the Bible tells us that God created you with intention. Psalm 139 verse 16 declares, "All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." Every day of your life matters to Him. Think about this. When an artist paints, every stroke has meaning. When a builder lays bricks, every piece fits into the design. And when God created you, He placed gifts, passions, and a calling in you that no one else can fulfill. Maybe you feel ordinary, but with God, there's no such thing as ordinary. Paul reminds us in Ephesians 2:10, "For we are God's workmanship, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." You were created for more than just making money, chasing status, or living for yourself. You were created to reflect God's glory, to walk in His calling, to bless others through your life. Friend, when you realize this, everything changes. The question is no longer, what do I want to do with my life? But Lord, what did you create me for? Because the truth is, your life is not wasted when it is placed in His hands. He designed you for more, and only in Him will you discover what that more really is. Chapter 3. Chasing the Wrong Things. One of the reasons so many people feel empty is because they are chasing the wrong things. The world tells us that success, money, pleasure, or recognition will make us happy. So we run after them, pouring our time and energy into achieving more. But when we finally reach the goal, it doesn't satisfy the way we thought it would. It's like drinking salt water. The more we drink, the thirstier we become. Jesus told a story that perfectly illustrates this in Luke 15, the parable of the prodigal son. A young man took his inheritance early and ran off to chase pleasure. For a while, it looked like freedom. He had friends, parties, and wealth. But soon the money ran out. The friends disappeared, and he found himself starving in a pig pen. Everything he chased left him empty. Only when he returned to his father's house did he find true love, acceptance, and purpose again. That story is not just about one son, it's about us. Maybe we haven't run to a distant country, but we've chased our own versions of success and pleasure. And in the end, they leave us tired and unfulfilled. Ecclesiastes 5:10 says, "Whoever loves money never has enough. Whoever loves wealth is never satisfied with their income." The truth is, the things of this world cannot fill the God-shaped hole in our hearts. Friend, chasing the wrong things is one of the greatest ways to waste your life. You can spend years building a kingdom for yourself, only to find it crumbles in your hands. But when you chase God, when you live for Him, you find peace that success cannot give, joy that money cannot buy, and purpose that lasts forever. Don't waste your life running after things that fade. Run after the one who never fails. Chapter 4. What it means to live for God. If chasing the wrong things leaves us empty, then what does it really mean to live for God? It doesn't always mean selling everything and becoming a missionary in a far country. Living for God means putting Him at the center of every part of your life. Your work, your family, your relationships, your choices. It means asking, how can I honor God in this? The Apostle Paul gives us a clear picture in Philippians 1:21. For to me, to live is Christ, and to die is gain. Paul's life was fully surrendered to God's purpose. Whether he was preaching, writing letters from prison, or making tents to earn a living, everything he did was for Christ. That is the heart of living for God, not separating spiritual life from daily life, but letting all of life belong to Him. Jesus also said in Matthew 22:37-39 that the greatest commandment is to love God with all our heart, soul, and mind, and to love our neighbor as ourselves. Living for God means loving Him first, and then letting His love flow through us to others. It's choosing forgiveness instead of bitterness, generosity instead of greed, compassion instead of indifference. Sometimes we think living for God has to be something dramatic, but often it's faithfulness in the small things, showing kindness to a coworker, being honest when no one is watching, praying for someone in need, teaching your children about His love. These little acts, done with a heart for God, echo into eternity. Friend, living for yourself will always feel too small. Living for God opens your life to something bigger than you could ever plan. It gives meaning to the ordinary and hope in the difficult. When you live for Him, you can say with Paul, "My life is not wasted, because it belongs to Christ." Chapter 5. Making every day count. Living for God is not about waiting for one big moment to change the world. It's about making every day count. Every sunrise is a gift, another chance to honor Him with your life. Sometimes we think we need to do something dramatic, write a book, start a ministry, build something huge. But Jesus showed us that the smallest acts, when done for God, carry eternal weight. In Mark 12:41-44, Jesus watched people putting money into the temple treasury. Many rich people gave large amounts, but then a poor widow came and placed 2 small coins, almost nothing in the eyes of the world. Yet Jesus said, "This poor widow has put more into the treasury than all the others." Why? Because she gave with her whole heart. God measures our lives not by size, but by faithfulness. Paul reminded believers in 1 Corinthians 10:31, So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do it all for the glory of God. That means the way you work, study, care for your family, or even rest can be worship when you do it with the right heart. Friend, making every day count is not about being busy. It's about being intentional. It's about asking, how can I honor God today? Maybe it's encouraging someone, helping a stranger, or choosing to forgive. Maybe it's simply spending time with Him in prayer when you feel too tired. These small choices build a life that matters. Don't wait for tomorrow to live with purpose. Don't wait for a perfect season to start honoring God. Today is the day. Life is short, and every day is a chance to store up treasure in heaven. When you make each day count for Him, you'll never look back and say, I wasted my life. Chapter 6. Your life can make a difference. One of the biggest lies we believe is that our life is too small to matter. We think, I'm not famous, I'm not rich, I'm not important. How could my life make a difference? But in God's kingdom, it's not about size, it's about faithfulness. He takes ordinary people and uses them in extraordinary ways. Look at Timothy in the New Testament. He wasn't a powerful leader at first. He was a young man raised in faith by his mother and grandmother, 2 Timothy 1:5. Yet Paul called him his true son in the faith and entrusted him to lead the church in Ephesus. Timothy's quiet faith, passed down through family, ended up shaping entire communities. What started small became significant because it was rooted in God's purpose. Jesus also told his disciples in Matthew 5:14, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden." Light doesn't have to be big to make a difference. It just has to shine. A candle in a dark room can change everything. Your life, even if it feels small, carries light that can guide others to hope. Friend, your life can make a difference, not because of how strong you are, but because of the God who works through you. Every prayer you pray, every act of love, every choice to forgive, every moment of faithfulness, it all matters. You may never see the full impact here on earth, but eternity will reveal it. Don't waste your life believing it doesn't matter. God placed you here for a reason, and when you live for Him, your life becomes part of a story far greater than yourself. A story that touches others, honors God, and leaves a legacy of faith. Don't waste your life. Life is short, and every day is a gift. The danger is not that we will fail, but that we will succeed in things that don't matter. Solomon had wisdom, riches, and power, yet he confessed it was all meaningless without God. The prodigal son chased pleasure, but it left him empty until he returned to his father. Friend, the same warning is for us. Don't waste your life chasing what fades. But here is the hope. You don't have to. God created you for more. He gave you a purpose before you were born, and He calls you to live every day for Him. Living for God doesn't mean doing something dramatic. It means loving Him with all your heart and letting that love shape how you live, how you work, how you treat others. Every act of faithfulness, no matter how small, becomes eternal when it's done for Him. Your life can make a difference. You are the light of the world, a city on a hill. And when you live for God, your light shines, your days matter, and your story joins His greater plan. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't believe the lie that your life is too small. Today is the day to live with purpose. So let this be your prayer. Lord, don't let me waste my life. Teach me to live every day for You. Because when your life is in His hands, it will never be wasted. It will be full, it will be meaningful, and it will echo into eternity.